Hey gang, Hammersill here. You can see that Reejr sent this game file in to me. He is playing the Kamikaze, which is, if not his favorite, one of his favorite ships. And I can say that Kamikaze is a very, very fun ship to play. It's essentially what the Kamikaze used to be before the Japanese DD line split and the nerfing of the ICOP and Kamikaze and various other changes to that line. Believe it or not, the Kamikaze used to actually be a little bit better than the Kamikaze. What were the differences? A little bit better turret traverse, I think. Might have been a little bit faster. But it had these same hard-hitting torpedoes that have since been nerfed. So those of us who fell in love with playing the Japanese destroyer line when the game was new are able to still play that type of ship with the Kamikaze-R, and the Fujin, which are all three basically the same ship with a different paint job. You can see the detection radius on the ship is 5.4 kilometers, which is just phenomenal. - 7-kilometer torpedo range, and the torpedoes hit like a Mack truck. I am amazed the Nicholas survived that, but he's definitely going to go down here. A little bit, aimed just a little bit behind him there, but managed to finish him off with fire damage. And now he's got a Monokukuli and Ganget. And if that Ganget keeps pushing in, he's probably in big trouble. Now, the enemy team only has 2 destroyers. And while it's not impossible, I would be really surprised if the Fujin were on this same side that the Nicholas was on. Ganget has wisely decided to beat feet and get the heck out of here. You can see the Fujin is actually on the way here. Monokukuli and Furutaka both have long-range torpedoes. I think turn off that AA, Reejr, before it gives your position away. Now, why would I say that? If you don't play destroyers much, you may not know that when you're playing a destroyer, it's often a really good idea to turn off your anti-aircraft entirely. Now, if I remember correctly, it's, now that I think about it, not as big a deal in the Kamikaze, because if you are spotted by aircraft, you're in your AA range already. But what can happen is sometimes your AA range is considerably farther than your aircraft spotting detection range, and if you have your AA turned on, it'll give you away. It'll start firing at, say, 5 kilometers when you're, or 7 kilometers, 6 kilometers, whatever it is, farther than your detection range, and suddenly your detection range blooms to the a much larger area. Things can spot you. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain that and watch the game here. So Furutaka pushed up and spotted Reejr. Ganget made him pay for pushing in that close. Now Fujin, if he continued this way, is probably here now and probably in position to be able to put some torpedoes through the smoke here. So there's that possibility, and also the Monokukuli So you can see some torpedoes there. And that was the Fujin. So he is definitely here. Now we can't see the targeting reticule, but my guess is he's probably got the Gengit targeted with the torpedoes, and the reticule was probably pointing behind the Gengit because it looks like the Gengit has thrown it in reverse. Now it's risky, Reejr's position right here, because if Fujin pushes up and catches him in this corner, he doesn't really have anywhere to go, and he's got over a minute till his smoke comes back up. Might not matter at all. Nice job. I think I'd probably swing the guns to the other side at this point and start heading south, but looks like Reejr is all in, and he's going to push up here and try and get some torpedoes on the Kaiser. If he keeps turning out, he will avoid getting detected by the Kaiser or the Montecuccoli. The Montecuccoli is heading his way, so Reejr, you gotta pay attention to what's in front of you, and he is. He's slowing down. But Montecuccoli is still going to spot him. He's going to get detected and have 6 seconds till his smoke comes back up. It looks like Kaiser's probably still going to eat some torpedoes here. I don't see any way he could avoid those. And that might do it for Kaiser. Yeah, that's it. Devastating strike. That was awesome. Nobody's shooting at him. That's why he's not using his smoke, but he can smoke up here, and since everything else is spotted, he can just put guns on things. Still aiming a little too far back, but he is managing to land some shots on the back end of the ship. There we go. Now, some of you may not know, if you're unaware, under the targeting reticule, you'll see something that says something point something something seconds. That's the amount of time that it will take your shells to reach wherever you're targeting. Now, depending upon which targeting reticule you have set up in the game, there will be little lines running left and right, and they'll be numbered. And those numbers will tell you what they recommend that you aim at. It's difficult to describe, well, that's the visual, but in terms of seconds. So there might be a tick on the left and on the right that says 5. And if it's 6 seconds till your shells get there, you want to aim just a little bit farther than 5 to allow your shell enough time to get there. There are some really nice YouTube videos on that, if you haven't watched them. I think Reejr's in big trouble here. Oh, he managed to get away. Now, it's too bad he wasn't able to finish off the Phoenix, but somebody else took care of that. Now, the enemy is in the cap, and there's only the DD down there to stop him. Not the DD, the CV. There's only the Hosho down there to stop him. Montecuccoli is staying close, which is allowing Reejr an opportunity here. And you can see the good guys are now in the enemy cap. So if Reejr's careful, he can avoid being detected again, but looks to me like he's... oh, that's close. He was he was very close to getting detected again. Now, this is really risky with less than 400 hit points.
That's how it's done.
if he gets detected, it's pretty strong likelihood that he's going to get blapped here, but Monokukli is headed south, so it looks like he's got the range to be able to remain unseen. Now, the good guys have more than halfway to capping the enemy base, and now the Iron Duke is in the good guys' cap, preventing the Fujin from finishing it off. So it looks like, given that the CV has been destroyed, the enemy CV, looks like the good guys are going to cap this out here in very short period of time. So I will say, Reejr, that was quite an adrenaline rush, brother. you like to get up close and personal. Great game. Thanks very much for sending in the game replay file. I really appreciate it. It was fun to watch. And those of you watching, thanks a lot for watching the game with me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time.